Hi and welcome to Cheekyricho's Cheetah's Vanilla Slice. This iconic Australian dessert slice is very popular with young and old alike. Probably one of the most purchased bakery goods that you can buy in a local bakery. Other than bread, that is. This is a Cheetah's version. I think you'll be surprised at how easy it is. The ingredients are in the recipe box below. So let's get started. To our Thermochef jug we are going to add our milk, our sugar, our raw sugar that is, and our vanilla extract. Now we're going to add our custard powder, and we're going to set the temperature to 90 degrees, speed 3 for 5 minutes. Now we're going to lay our biscuits into the bottom of our biscuit tray, and we're going to cut them to fit. We want them to have as neat a fit as possible. Only do the bottom layer at this stage because the sloping sides of the tray will give a false indicator for the size of the biscuits for the top. Now after 5 minutes we're just going to check our custard. Not quite done yet, but it's frothy and it is thickening. So we'll give that another few minutes on 90 degrees. Now we have heated our water. We're just going to add our powdered gelatine and stir it until it is dissolved. Okay, after 5 more minutes it's time to stir our custard and make sure it's all off the bottom. It still needs a bit more time, another 2 minutes. Now with the motor running, I want you to dribble the gelatine mixture in through the top. Straighten the last of it out. Now we'll put it on 100 degrees, speed 3 for 3 minutes. Okay, after a couple more minutes, our custard is still quite thin, but the gelatine that's in it is going to set it. So we can't pour it straight in on top of our biscuits now because it will actually make our biscuits float. So we have to set it to one side and allow it to cool. Now I want you to pour the mixture out of the jug and put it somewhere to cool. Not in the fridge, but somewhere where it can just lose some of this excessive heat that's in it. The reason that we're taking it out of the jug is so that the residual heat in the jug doesn't cook it onto the bottom and cause it to taint the flavour of the custard, and also to make it difficult for the jug to be cleaned later. So we're just going to put this somewhere to cool and assemble it shortly. Now our custard has cooled sufficiently, so now we are going to spread it in on top of our biscuits. Spread it in. This will have to be kept in the fridge, and before we can ice it, it has to be completely cold. So just got a bit of a skin of it, don't worry about that, it'll soak up again. Now the reason that we didn't cut all of the biscuits to fit it was because the sides of the tin actually splay out, and for that reason the biscuits, if you cut them the same size as the bottom, aren't going to fit. So we just lay more biscuits on top, like so. Now they will quite probably, see they all fit this way, they will quite probably curl up a little, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be putting icing on it anyway. See? Neat fit. Just press it in and we'll cut some more. There we go. Like so. I'll turn that one around actually, it might fit a little better. There we go, it's better. A giant jigsaw puzzle. There you have it. Just press it down a little bit. Now we're going to cover that and refrigerate that for a couple of hours until it's completely set, and then we will be icing it with some fresh passionfruit icing and then cutting it into squares ready to serve. So into the fridge we go until it's completely cold. Okay, our Cheetah's vanilla slice is well and truly set now, quite cold. Time to make our icing. The first thing we're going to do is just melt our butter. We're just going to do that in the microwave. Prepare our frosting to spread over the top. Okay, so we've melted our butter, we've cut our passion fruit in half. Now, make sure you get all of that juice as well. There's a lot of flavour in that juice. And we have to separate these so that they don't, just get all that juice, separate these so they don't stay in one clump. We need to have it well mixed through our icing. See, it's starting to smell lovely already. And in with our icing, confectioner's sugar or icing sugar. Now this isn't going to set completely hard because it has the fruit and the butter in it, but we just want to have enough to be able to spread it, but not too runny. Just give it a little squeeze of lemon juice or lime juice or milk or yogurt, whatever you want, just to loosen it up a little bit more so that we can spread it over our vanilla slice. I'm going to use a little lime, a couple of drops, nothing too serious because we don't want it to be too sloppy, and less is more. You can always add more, but it's hard to take it away. A good colour from the passion fruit, a little bit more lime squeezed in there. And that's our icing ready to spread. Oh, it's got no unnatural colours in it. That's just from the fruit and the butter. Little seeds are left in there to remind you that you're actually using fresh fruit. And the tang of the passion fruit and the lime are going to cut through the sweetness of the icing and give us a delicious flavour. And now we just spread it on top of our Cheetah's vanilla slice. With the icing set in the refrigerator. And when it's set, we will cut it. Give it a good spread over there. Good thing about using this size tin, you can take it right to the edge and it's very easy to finish it off at the edge. Now you could of course use puff pastry for the top and the base of this, but the sayos work exceptionally well. You can just keep them in the pantry, so they're a multi-purpose thing, and you can whiz this up in no time. The only thing is you have to chill it. So if you've got the forethought to do it the night before, you've got a delicious morning tea or dessert for the following day. And that's it. Looks okay, doesn't it? Well, there you have it, Cheeky Richo's Cheetah's Vanilla Slice. A traditional Aussie icon, a great family favourite, very easy to make. It's a no-bake recipe. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, please check out the Cheeky Richo channel, and don't forget to please subscribe and rate this video, leave a comment or perhaps a recipe suggestion or request. Do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you. And thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day. Our Cheetah's Vanilla Slice is now out of the fridge and we're going to cut it into serving portions. So just using a sharp knife, cut all the way through. Make sure you cut the bottom base as well. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of trouble getting this out. And now crossways. Don't make them too big because they're really quite large in depth. So they're, although I use light milk, it's still quite a rich, sweet thing to eat. You can always come back and have the second piece, but you don't want to be stuck eating something that you're not happy with. Find the icing is dragging a little bit. Just wash the knife, hot water, give it a wipe, and it should go straight back in nice and easy. Just make sure it's separated completely all the way through. And just run your knife down the edge to make sure it's separated there as well, all the way around. Now the tricky part, we have to get it out. The first couple are going to be a bit difficult to get out because you've got to get underneath them and slide up. And that one. There you have it. Cheeky Richo's Cheetah's Vanilla Slice. Look at that. Like a pastry on the top and bottom, icing, firm custard. It isn't really gluggy in the middle. So you've got like a pastry top and bottom, tangy, sweet, passion fruity icing with a firm custard that's not gluggy because it's been set with the use of, or the aid of gelatine, but you've still got the flavour of the custard. Delicious. Very Australian. Very nice. Have a wonderful and safe Australia Day.